How's it going, guys? We're here to check out the skin video for this week. These are my top picks. Now, we're trying to get the number down a little lower because if we have like 50 plus skins and Hulk only picks 8, it's really tough. So I'm really making sure that everybody only has one submission. So just because there's going to be some questions already, I know it. Some people do collaborations. If you do collaboration, that's your one submission. It's just the market's, or not the market, the workshop is being flooded right now with a bunch of cool stuff, and it's so hard to narrow it down. And I know some people are trying to kind of cheat the system a little bit by teaming up constantly. Some people just team up every once in a while and make some really awesome stuff, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything against them. It's just the fact of there are some people trying to take advantage of it. So that's one thing we're trying to do to kind of keep it down. So if you guys are like, hey, this dude made like 5 awesome skins, where's the other ones? Just trying to be fair and pick what I thought would be the best or something that Hulk would want the most or something that would sell well. So that's kind of just a little disclaimer there at the beginning. Let's go ahead and jump into it. We're starting with the Uproar set right here. So we've got a metal face mask and chest piece. We've also gotten in the LR. So now we've got hoodie and pants. And it just looks awesome. It kind of has that desert camo-y look to it, but it has some like paint spread across it. Kind of has that anarchy look. And then on the back, it's got a big skull. But if you're not a fan of skulls, but still like this, I mean, the chest piece will cover it. So I think that's kind of a nice thing. If you want to show the skull, you can, but you don't have to. And yeah, I just think this has a really nice kind of like old but used tactical look to it. And this is why I think this set's been pretty popular. Next up, we've got a set of burlap clothes for you. This is the Cobalt Prisoner set. So, yeah, it's all made out of burlap. We've got, let's see, Section 2 written right there, some kind of X. And it's just kind of really beaten up. But what's really cool is the Cobalt Prisoner back here. I think that looks neat. And, yeah, altogether, it's a really cool burlap set. It's a little bit bright for wandering, but, I mean, hey, if you're naked, you're going to be targeted anyways. So, hey, maybe this will have someone feel sorry for you. I don't know. Maybe they'll think you're cool because you're in the prisoner gang. I also like the shackles. That's a cool little effect as well. Next up, from the very either loved or hated cow set, the camouflage set, we've got gloves and boots, and the gloves have otters on them. It's just ridiculous and kind of disturbing, honestly. I love it. It's great. And then boots down here are super adorable. They've got like little cows on them, and it's got that same kind of like pajama looking material, corduroy kind of thing going on. And yeah, I think this is really hilarious and adorable. These are just great. Next, we've got a jacket skin. We haven't had any jacket skins for a while, so this is actually really cool. This is the fur coat by Johnny, and you can see it just really kind of looks like fur. Also, it looks like it might be made out of one of the bears from in-game. And then down here, you've got what looks like could be like bear teeth or wolf claws, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. But definitely altogether, really cool look. I love the detail to this. And if we're going to get a jacket skin, this would be one for sure. Next up, we've got a redesign or version 2 of the No Mercy road sign set. I know a lot of you guys have bothered me. Oh, bother Hulk to put it in and get Hulk to put it in. Well, maybe this will be the chance here because it has been redesigned. And it looks like he kind of just redid a lot of the skulls and wings and just really kind of detailed it up. I really like the face mask missing the bottom jaw. I think that's a nice little detail to it there. I believe there's been some changes on the helmets. We still got the wing there on the side, and I love these little padded pieces. I think they look really, really cool. So yeah, definitely very awesome there. I think this would be a very popular one. I mean, the No Mercy set has sold like mad. Next up, we've got the Forsaken Era set has a road sign now. So yeah, we have the metal face mask and chest piece. Now we can see the road sign set, and it's just very beautiful and unique. I like the little cutouts so the leaves actually look like they're popping off on the mask. And I like the big old frown with the grumpy nose it kind of gives you. It's just really cool. There's a little butterfly on the side there. And we've got some gems. Looks like a snake coming around this end here. And back here we've got a drawing of the rust rock. And yeah, it's just, the whole thing is just really cool. I think he did a great job on this. And I could see a lot of people liking this one for sure. Lastly, we have a version 2 of the Phantom High Qual set, and you can see it's been made like a little less regal, a little more down to earth. I really like this combination of the leather on the face. I think that was done really well. And of course, you've kind of got like the signature colors all over here, but it's made a little more earthy toned, and I think this gives it a much better look. It still has that regal look, but it also is a little more calm, a little more earth toned. Definitely a really good remake, and I think a good chance for this to have a, re-look at it from Helg. Alright, let's get a look into the deployables this week, so we'll run all the way down here, and we've got two awesome chairs for you. This first one is the Rustic Toilet by UAD, and it's just hilarious. It's a toilet, and it has a built-in fart fan. Look at that. This whole thing is just absolutely amazing. I would love to grab this for sure. And it just fits the crazy silliness of Rust, but also fits into that post-apocalyptic look, which is cool. Also, I'm not sure what that button is. I'm hoping that button triggers the fan and not something more sinister. Also, who's been standing on the toilet? That's, well, it is kind of dirty looking, I guess. Moving on, we've got some more of the cargo heli set for you, with this very awesome cobalt chair. Furniture for your apartments. Thank you for your purchase. I just really like it. Everyone loves this theme, and they've been selling really well, so I think this could be a great addition to the set. Next, we've got two awesome looking fridges for you. This one looks like a speaker. It just has this nice little epic look to it. Love the detail to it, and yeah, I like the back of it too. It's just all together. I think El Loco did a good job on it. Let's get back up here, take one more look at it. Very, very cool. Next, we've got a crazy little fridge that looks like a penguin, which is totally appropriate because, penguins and snow and ice, and it just fits together. It's a super cute fridge. It looks like it's all made with sheet metal pieces, which I think makes it feel a little more rusty, and altogether, definitely very, very cool. Lastly, here we've got a little box for you. This one's, it looks simple at first, but once you look at it, it has much more detail. I think Jessen did that on purpose. It's definitely a cool little box if you take the moment to stare at it. Its official name is the Traveler's Box, and you can see it has little pictures tied to it, like there's the dome, and I think, is that oil rig maybe? I have horrible sight, guys. But altogether, it is definitely a very, very cool little box with some nice details. Next, we've got a vending machine for you. This is the cold drink vending machine by M Demon, and yeah, it's just another look to our very cool vending machine. It's got that coin slot right there, and right here it says root beer, grape, or ice. So I'm not sure what kind of flavor ice is. No, I know. Back here it says safe, and there's always all these nice little details too, which is cool. Don't call the phone number. Like, there's all this stuff, and altogether it just makes this come together. Next, we've got some sheet metal doors for you, starting with this one right here. This is the gargoyle door, and well, as you can see, there's some wings and a skeleton and everything, and yeah, I mean, it pretty much explains itself, guys. There you go, the gargoyle door. Next up, we've got a very unique looking sheet metal door. It's a hieroglyphic metal door by Diva Dan. And yeah, it just looks like an Egyptian little hieroglyph, but we've got a bucket helmet guy with a rocket launcher. And down here we've got a little chicken, and just the whole thing is amazing. I love the look of it. There's the cobalt symbol. Like, the more you look at it, the more you see different little things from Rust, and you gotta love that kind of detail. Next, we've got a couple double doors for you, starting with the memory door from Kosum. And yeah, it's got memories, and as you can see, the memories are the different monuments, and they're all made to look like these old rustic pictures, which is really cool. And yeah, it's just got this little painted look with love and hearts and everything. It just fits his set so well. Definitely very nice. Then a continuation of another set, we've got the Vampire Double Door. This is not a glowing one, it just has the nice looking colors. We'll go ahead and open it there. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's part of the Vampire set. You either like it or you don't. One of those kind of things. Next, we've got a super creative garage door. It is the Shooting Gallery. And it's literally as it says, it's a shooting gallery. You got bunnies, ducks, targets, cards. Try to shoot a duck. try your luck. I just love it. It's great. Go ahead and roll it up here, and it has just a very carnival look to it, and I just love it. I really think that Andy did a great job on this one. Lastly, we've got an armored door for you, and this one has an Egyptian theme as well. It's just a very epic looking armored door. Go ahead and toggle it there, and of course armored doors can look different on both sides, but this one actually just is a nice mirror. Definitely a very unique looking door, and despite how light it is, it really looks nice with the armored, I have to say. As far as it comes to glowing, the only glow we've got is on the vending machine here, so I just wanted to go ahead and show you the front. Sides have like little blinky light there, and then the back of it's got a couple blinky lights as well. All right, we're back, so let's jump right into the last part here. We've got some tools for you. Starting right here, we've got a set that I was having some problems with showing properly last week, but we got them in this week. It's from White. We've got the Arsonist set. So this is the Arsonist hatchet, and you can see it just has this very kind of visceral look to it. It's definitely very cool. And of course, you have to have the matching pickaxe to go with it. Boom. There you go. Definitely very fun looking set for sure. Next, we've got, hello, there we go, a knife for you. This is a very epic looking knife. It is the Brave by Little Ranger. And yeah, it's got that kind of like jaded blade on it, and this thing just looks really nasty. Definitely a fun knife to get some kills with for sure. Then over here we've got one more for you, and talking of visceral, this one is just straight up archaically like torture device looking. This thing's made from literal like a twisted spine of some kind of critter, maybe even a person, and it just looks nasty. Look at that. Ah, whoa. Next up, we've got a hammer I almost skipped. I will make sure I show it to you guys. This is from the Silverleaf set from La Crempe, and it's just a very handsome hammer. It's got a very kind of like regal and majestic look to it. Might not be for everyone, but there's definitely a lot of people out there that appreciate these kind of tools. Next, we've got a epic looking sword for you guys. This is the Samurai's Katana, and as you can see, Kami did a really good job with the Damascus steel there. It's very shiny and beautiful. We've got, we still have that wrench handle, but he made it look much more kind of like samurai swordish. And I think it's a really cool sword. I can see a lot of people liking this one, for sure. Next, oh, actually that is it in this group. Next, we've got a SAR for you, and this is a continuation in the tracksuit set, or better known as the official name, the training set. And aiming down the sights here, you can see this red painted sight, and yeah, it just has everything that you kind of would expect from the training set. Definitely a nice and unique look right there. We've got another SAR for you today as well, and this one is from the, it's kind of like a mix of the Myrtos set from Estivos, except he's come back, and this one is a new remake and is the Shaman SAR. So we've got some of those like skeleton stuff from his old sets, and it's just kind of mixed with these kind of like shamanistic colors. Definitely a nice looking SAR for sure. Moving past that, we've got an MP5 for you this week, and this is the MP5 Piranha by Duck. Aiming down the sights, we've got a red painted sight, of course, but not glowing. As you can see, it gets darker as we move along there. And it's got a different color green on the sight there, which is nice. It's hard to kind of work with the ADS sometimes, and with this kind of like, I would say cartoon, not cartoon, but kind of like graffiti-ish, kind of slightly shell-shaded look, it's kind of hard to do anything with it, and I think he's done a great job. It's also just really cool artwork. Moving on past there, we've got a AK for you this week from Fora, and this is a very cool little one. It's got lots of little art going on with it, and it's the Dreamland AK. This thing, I love the little pilot, and then that is such a sinister looking moon. I don't know what it's up to. But there's just so much going on with this. Aiming down the sides, you've got some stars and a nice little like window to a sunny realm to remind you of happiness while you mow down people, obviously. So yeah, that's how that one goes right there. Next, we don't know. Yeah, no, that was the right one. Next, we've got a continuation in this newer set that everyone is loving so far. It is the Talon bolt action. Aiming down the sight, there's that very familiar face. And when you take a look at it lengthways here, you can see it has all of the trademarks that everyone likes from this set. Alright, lastly, we've got a couple more things for you, starting with an LR. This one is another very earthy kind of look, but it has a racer look to it. This is the Speed Demon LR by Moon. Aiming down the sight, I'm not sure what that symbol is, but we've got different color. It's gold, and the actual tip of the sight is painted gold as well, which I thought was a cool little effect. And yeah, altogether, just got this really kind of dirty, rusty looking racer look to it. Definitely a nice LR. Then we've got this crazy M249. It's all sorts of retro space 80s 90s something toy going on with this thing. It looks like it glows, but it doesn't. The whole thing is just crazy looking. Aiming down the sides, you got all sorts of colors going on, man. There's just everything going on. This whole thing is just nuts, and I love it. The Neon Strike by Garrick and Sensei. Definitely a cool collaboration for sure, guys. And lastly, we've got a cool looking satchel for you again, if it loads. There we go. If you've ever noticed these little vodka bottles hanging out around Bandit Town, these are the exact same ones. So it's always cool when people can pull something from the game. And this is the Siberian Explosives. And yeah, it's just completely awesome looking. I love the look of it. It's a very cool looking satchel, and yeah, I mean, that pretty much does it, guys. So, sound off which ones you like the most. Any kind of feedback you can give, I'll try to get to the right people. Thanks for watching, and we will be back either Thursday or Friday whenever the skins get put in to show you which ones made it.